This is Howie Roseman. This is Howie Roseman.
Da, 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 da.
Hey, I never asked you.
Yeah.
You like guacamole? Oh! Something!
Two! Stay right here! Who cares?
Oh my God. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Right Here with the Graziano Bros. I'm Chris here with my brother Dave. Dave, how we feeling, man?
Howie was cooking.
Hey,
Howie was in the kitchen and he was cooking.
I want to start with Jair, I think. So we got
Okay.
Jair Alexander.
Kind of the easiest one to talk about.
Right. He was with the Ravens this year, hasn't done much. We traded him and we gave up a 6th round pick for him, and we got Alexander and a 7th round for 2027. We gave up a
Hmm.
2026 sixth.
Correct.
This guy, I mean, in 2024, he only played 7 games.
Yep.
He had 16 tackles, 2 interceptions, 7 PBUs. I mean, 2 picks, pretty solid, like in 7 games. That's not bad. He obviously used to be a Pro Bowler. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. It adds that vet tendency that we're kind of missing there. We lost Darius Slay. Don't call him Darius. How dare I? We lost Big Play.
Islay.
Islay.
I'm not convinced that he even really plays for us. I think if he has one big play in a playoff stretch, it would be worth the trade. Um, he's a guy, if we would have signed him 2 years ago, it would have been too expensive to even get
Yeah.
him or to trade him from the Packers 2 or 3 years ago. This guy was cut by the Packers last year. When he signed with the Ravens, I was like, ooh, that's a good signing.
Yeah.
They signed him a 6 million 1 year deal to see if his health would be okay. He was supposed to be a starter for them. He was a healthy scratch 5 games, and he played in 2 games. His passer rating when targeted is 118, and he's given up 23 yards per reception.
Right.
Targeted 5 times, has given up 5 receptions this year.
But to be fair, like the Ravens have been a mess.
They have, but teams have been trying to talk themselves into Carson Wentz was a MVP caliber starting quarterback in 2017, and he's still in the league. You can easily, when the guy comes to your team, you can easily try to convince yourself that he's got a little bit left in the tank to give, and he was a good player way back when. We've seen firsthand James Bradbury at the cornerback position when James Bradbury had an all-pro season, very next season, forgot completely how to play football, couldn't move his hips, couldn't get vertical.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's
and
a
yeah. I mean, it's a mental game too, but especially from a cornerback, you have to have confidence because you're out there on an island. And if Jair has lost a step, then he's also not going to have his confidence, which made him such a dynamic player when he was so good with Green Bay. So I'm not expecting a lot from him, but classic Howie Flyer that if this guy has anything left and can give us one good game in the playoffs, it's worth swapping picks. We only moved back like a handful of spots from a 6th round this year to a 7th round in the following year. So
yeah.
it's a Howie Flyer. We'll see how it plays out, and I don't think it's the best move that we made in the last week, but a big name nonetheless.
I think, and again, like you said, it's like high reward, very low risk. You're
Yep.
giving up a 6th round pick. You're teaming him back up with Christian
Christian
Parker,
Parker, DB
right?
coach, who was in
Who's our
Green Bay
DB
with him.
coach, and that's when he was playing great. So, maybe he can
Yeah.
unlock him again. And again, I'm not expecting him to come out and play like he played 3 years ago. But if we can
This
get
guy's still in his 20s. Again, if he gives us one good game down the stretch, especially in the playoffs, this trade would be an absolute monster win.
I have hope, but I also think he's a depth add, and I won't be bummed out if he's not the guy that we plug in. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because we also got Michael Carter II.
Now this one's interesting.
This one's very interesting.
What
So
was the
we
trade?
we gave them John Mechie and a
Yes.
2027 6th rounder, and we
Okay.
got a 2027 7th rounder as well as MC2.
Okay, so we traded a couple of picks out of this year. We're stacking for the following year.
Yep,
Um,
which is
Classic
great.
Howie move.
So MC2 is more known for the slot, which is very
85%
interesting.
of his snaps have come from the nickel
Yes.
position.
So does this mean he comes in and again, he has to prove himself. But if he proves himself, is he going to come in and play the slot and then we move Coop out?
Yeah,
Because
so
Coop's
this
been
is
playing a little outside corner now.
this is the discussion. Do you move Cooper, who's an elite nickel, to a
Hmm.
position of need on the outside, not knowing fully what he's going to do? We all have faith in him that he'd be able to handle it, but then he's in the pass game. He's not really as much of a factor against tight ends and running backs like he is in the nickel position, so that you can slot Michael Carter the second in there. I think he can also play a little bit of safety,
Hmm.
which is interesting
Okay.
if we're
Reed?
not liking what Reed is doing, or Makuba, who is young and has shown flashes of being a good player, but also a couple of big missed tackles or not reading the ball correctly. Um, so man, you traded a little bit more capital because you got rid of Mechie too. So you'd expect him to be on the field more than Jair Alexander. You're
Yeah.
trading for this guy to be on the field. So I'm interested to see what Vic does with the Swiss Army knife of who we've got in the cornerback room. To your point earlier, the depth is much better than where it was.
I mean, like we lost Q earlier in the season for half a game, and we just saw the pain from that. And like
Panic.
clearly Howie went and was like, okay, like it was a great situation to have happen early because now we were able to address it. And again, like now that we have these two additions and we've got Jacorian Bennett coming back, it's like now our defensive back room went from yikes to okay, maybe we've got
Michael
a couple
Carter
guys.
II, I also saw, waived a $5 million guarantee on an injury clause in order to make the trade happen. So he wanted to be with Philadelphia. I'd imagine there's been talks that he's going to be on the field. Not sure what it's going to look like though. Like I love
Yeah,
Coop in the slot. We all love Coop in the slot.
very
Does he
much
play a
so.
little bit of safety? Does it like how does Vic package all these players? Like there's not enough positions on the field now that Nakobe's back and playing well, and Jahad Campbell, you want to get in the game too. You want to keep Makuba progressing and in the game and getting reps as well.
Hmm.
Sidney Brown, I guess, is the odd man out, and we're just going to see him doing flying kicks
He's got to learn how
on
to not
kickoff
try to
returns.
jump over folks. Yeah, special
Love,
teams coach
love,
talk about
love.
that. He was like,
No, I didn't see
"Look, we love the energy, but I mean, we can't be doing
it.
that."
I wonder how many times they've said that sentence to Sidney Brown his entire career.
But yeah, I mean, I think MC2 is like a it's an interesting plug. And again, like I think at the beginning of the season, Coop was talking about wherever they need me on the field, that's where I'm going to go. So
He's a
if
ball player,
he's a
man.
ball,
Wherever
I
you put
mean,
him, you could put him at edge and he's going to have a good game.
okay.
You
Wait,
could
that's a
put him at
great
right. You could put him at right guard. He's going to
Great
kill it.
transition there now, because
Yes,
I think the person that I'm most excited about picking up
of course.
is Jalen Phillips.
This guy can come in and play right away. There's some things to be a little nervous about,
Yep,
but he played his best ball under Vic in
yep.
Miami. We gave up a third round pick, which is a lot of compensation. I think little downside with Jalen Phillips, he's a guy that you can plug and play. So if it's him and Nolan Smith as our starting edges for the next few years, that's awesome. If Howie decides to re-sign him, he plays really well, he stays healthy. That's a big question mark.
Hmm.
Torn ACL. Achilles, like
Achilles.
Achilles. And so, big question mark on if he can stay healthy. Not sure if you saw his introductory little interview with John Clark, but
Yeah.
said all the right things. Gonna come in here, wouldn't want to play anywhere else. Gave us a go birds at the end of the interview. Like, love this guy already.
And like you said, like it's exciting to add depth to this position as well. I mean, we got him, BG, we got Nolan Smith coming back. Like we have
Jalix is
been.
getting better week after week.
Yep. And we've been a little banged up here. And so like and we got Uche there. We got like I mean we're now running deep and like Jalen Phillips, that third round pick is big. And you
Yeah,
mentioned it. We had three of them. So like yeah, that's a big pick to give up, but also we have two more next year.
we still have six picks all within the first 5 rounds. So I
Great.
mean we're still looking good for I think I saw that Washington giving up a lot of picks this year. They have 2 picks in the first 5 rounds coming up this season, so they kind of went all in on Jaden's, rookie contract, and a bunch of guys gotten hurt, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
this is classic Howie maneuvering to be good for right now, win now mode, and also be good and set up
and
for the
later.
future. So Jalen Phillips, if he can play inside, he can play outside. Has a great first step, has pass rush moves, can set the edge in the run game, can drop in coverage, which Vic loves to do with
Loves
his
to do
defensive
it.
ends. He has a couple of picks on his resume too, so we're definitely going to see that happen, which I think he can help Jalen Hunt's development. But if he doesn't play well, somebody, or if he plays well, we don't re-sign him. Somebody else can pick him up, and we get a comp pick for the following year.
Yep,
So that'll probably be a third or a fourth round pick in the following year. So we kind of didn't give up much
to get him.
in the grand scheme of things to
Right.
get him on a team and go make a deep playoff
And
run.
if he plays
So
well and then wants to
love the move.
stay and play with Vic, like we can maybe sign him to a couple year contract. And then we
He
get
loves
some,
Vic too.
I know. And like to have him be able to come in and just play with Vic again, like and plug and play like that, I think is huge. I think all of these acquisitions are, I just love that we didn't give up much to get them. All right, but very excited. Cannot wait. We got the Green Bay Packers coming up. We have a special guest coming on for the
Preview
for the preview.
coming up
Uh,
later in the week.
yep. So very excited about that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Go Birds. Let's go, baby. And you know what we do around here. Win or lose.
We stay.
Stay right here. Who cares?